Chapter 11. I will get straight to the point. Disciple Su Yang, do you have the ability to treat my condition? Inside his room, Su Yang sat on his bed, while Elder Lon stood in front of him, staring at him coldly. Condition? You're not injured. You. Elder Lon froze. What did he mean? She was clearly in pain. What do you mean by that? She asked. The pain you're feeling is not an injury, but a condition, a type of imbalance. Su Yang said calmly. An illness? That's impossible. I've never been sick in my life. Elder Lon, your situation in this sect is quite rare. Even I was surprised when I first noticed it. What do you mean? Su Yang stood up and walked toward her. She didn't move, watching him carefully. Suddenly, he leaned closer, observing her presence carefully. What are you doing? Elder Lon quickly stepped back, her face turning red. Are you trying to get yourself expelled? As I thought, your energy is still completely pure. Su Yang smiled. What? How did you? She trembled, shocked. How could he possibly know that? You've cultivated a technique meant for paired cultivation, yet you've never balanced it properly. At your level, that's extremely dangerous. Elder Lan's expression became serious. Explain. Paired cultivation requires balance between yin and yang energies, Su Yang said calmly. But you've been training alone using a method that requires balance. That creates instability. He continued. The yin energy inside your body is currently unstable. If you continue like this, the pain will only get worse. Eventually, your body won't be able to handle it. Elder Lon frowned deeply. Could that really be the cause? And you're supposed to guide disciples? Su Yang scoffed lightly. You. Anger flashed in her eyes, but she held back. If what you say is true, then what do you suggest? Su Yang looked at her for a moment. There are two ways to fix this imbalance. He paused. The fastest way is direct energy balancing with a partner. Elder Lan's expression stiffened. But, he continued, there's another method, one that doesn't require that. However, I'll only help you if you accept 3 conditions. Elder Lon hesitated. What conditions? Su Yang raised 3 fingers. First, you'll come here once a week for the next 3 months for treatment. Second, everything that happens here stays private. Third, you will support me and help spread my name. What? Elder Lon immediately refused. You want a sect elder to promote you? Impossible. Then I wish you luck. Su Yang lay back down. I've already told you everything. You can leave. Silence filled the room. Elder Lon stood there, trembling with anger. No one had ever treated her like this. Su Yang, I will have you expelled from this sect. But Su Yang didn't even react. Su Yang, I will remember this. She turned to leave, but suddenly, a sharp wave of pain hit her. She dropped to her knees. Why now? Su Yang opened his eyes and looked at her. After struggling for a moment, Elder Lon finally gave in. Su Yang, I accept your conditions. Just help me. Tears formed in her eyes. Su Yang sighed and stood up. All right, stay still and don't move. Chapter 12. Su Yang moved closer with a calm expression, as if the situation didn't affect him at all. A moment later, he adjusted her robe slightly, focusing only on the area of imbalance. Elder Lan's body tensed immediately. The moment his hand made contact, her entire body trembled. A strange sensation spread through her. Not pain, but something unfamiliar. Ah! A soft sound escaped her lips unintentionally. Su Yang remained focused, his movements precise and controlled, like someone performing a delicate procedure. Slowly, the intense pain inside her body began to fade, replaced by a strange warmth. A flow of energy moved within her, gradually stabilizing. Stay still, Su Yang said calmly. Elder Lon couldn't think clearly anymore. Her mind was in chaos. The discomfort that had tortured her for so long was disappearing. In its place, a powerful release of pressure built up inside her. As something is happening, her voice trembled. Then, in an instant, the unstable energy inside her body was finally released. Her body shook violently as the pressure vanished all at once. She collapsed forward, breathing heavily, her body still trembling from the aftermath. The pain was gone, completely gone. Su-Yang stepped back calmly and adjusted his sleeve. Your condition was caused by unstable yin energy, he said. The only way was to release it. Elder Lan lay there, unable to respond, her breathing uneven. Her mind was still overwhelmed. Su-Yang continued casually. I'll give you a prescription later. Take it every day, or the imbalance will return before the next session. She still didn't answer. He simply turned around, washed his hands, and prepared the prescription. By the time he finished, Elder Lan had barely regained control of herself. She slowly stood up and stared at him, her face completely red, her gaze filled with shock, and something more complicated. Time seemed to slow. She couldn't believe what had just happened. Her body, her control, everything had been shaken. Here, Su-Yang said, handing her the paper. Don't forget to take it. She didn't move. Don't overthink it, he added. It was just treatment. Just treatment, she suddenly snapped. Her voice trembled with emotion. You think I can just ignore this? Su-Yang raised an eyebrow. All my effort, maintaining control. And now, she clenched her fists. And you're just an outer core disciple. While I'm a sect elder, how do you take responsibility for this? Responsibility? Su-Yang frowned. How ungrateful, he said coldly. I just saved you from your condition. His tone turned sharp. If you're done, leave. Elder Lan froze. For the first time, she felt a trace of fear. She bit her lip. Without another word, she turned and walked out. Her steps were unstable, her body still weak, forcing her to stop more than once before reaching the door. When she finally disappeared, Su-Yang let out a long breath and fell back onto the bed. Troublesome woman. He closed his eyes, and soon fell asleep. Chapter 13. It took all of Elder Lan's strength to make her way back to her living quarters. Her legs felt weak, barely supporting her, and a strange lingering sensation still hadn't faded, making every step unstable. When the disciples saw her, they assumed she was simply exhausted, or maybe drunk. When she finally arrived, she noticed a small figure dozing off by the door. Chi-Yu. Seeing her, Elder Lan's mood softened slightly. Sister Lan, you're back. Chi-Yu quickly stood up, relief on her face. How'd it go? Did you meet senior apprentice Brother Su? That name again. I found him, Elder Lan sighed. Then, did he help you? After a brief hesitation, Elder Lan nodded slowly. Chi-Yu looked at her movements more carefully, then paused. Oh. She suddenly understood something and stopped asking. Elder Lan frowned slightly. Why was she reacting like that? Then suddenly, a memory surfaced. The way Chi-Yu had moved before. Weak, unsteady, just like her now. Wait, did he treat you too? Elder Lan asked, shocked. Chi-Yu blinked, then nodded shyly. Elder Lan's expression darkened instantly. That guy. But before she could explode, you're misunderstanding, Chi-Yu quickly said. He only treated my injury. Nothing else. Elder Lan froze. Just treatment. Yes. Chi-Yu nodded firmly. He saved me. He didn't do anything inappropriate. Silence. For the first time, Elder Lan saw Chi-Yu defend someone so strongly, and that made her hesitate. She lowered her gaze slightly. Her body, the pain was gone, completely gone. If he wanted to, he could have taken advantage of the situation, she thought quietly. But he didn't. A trace of regret appeared in her eyes. I was the one who asked for help, and I still treated him like that. She sighed deeply. I really acted foolishly. Chi-Yu looked at her with concern. Sister Lan. Elder Lan forced a small smile. You're right. I was wrong about him. He did help. More than I expected. After talking for a while longer, they went their separate ways. Back in her room, Elder Lan quietly cleaned herself and sat in silence. Her mind replayed everything that had happened. The strange sensation, the release, the way her body had reacted. She didn't fully understand it. But one thing was clear, it wasn't something she could easily forget. She let out a long breath. What is wrong with me? Meanwhile, it was already midnight when Su-Yang opened his eyes. The first thing he did was cultivate. Sitting cross-legged on his bed, a faint aura surrounded him. A soft blue light appeared in his hands as he absorbed the remaining yin energy. Even though the amount was small, it was enough to greatly boost his cultivation. Pure energy really makes a difference, he murmured. In this world, the quality of energy varied greatly. The purer it was, the more powerful the result. Suddenly, his eyes snapped open. A faint light flickered within them. He had broken through. Fifth level of the elementary spirit realm. However, his body cultivation had barely improved. That was the difference between paths. One progressed quickly, the other, slowly but steadily. Su-Yang looked out the window. The moon hung high in the sky. For a moment, his expression turned distant. A memory surfaced, a figure from his past, someone unforgettable. And for the rest of the night, he simply sat there, staring at the moon, lost in thought. Chapter 14. Elder Lawn woke up early the next morning. After taking care of her routine, she headed straight towards Su-Yang's living quarters. Elder Lawn, Tang Hu greeted her at the door. Su-Yang, is he inside? Yes, Elder. I'll go call him right away. Wait. Tang Hu paused. I can get him myself. He watched nervously as Elder Lawn walked forward and knocked on Su-Yang's door with unusual intensity. Offending someone like her normally meant the end for any disciple. The door opened. Elder Lawn, time really flies. Is it already time for our next appointment? Su-Yang stepped out with a relaxed smile. The moment she saw him, everything Elder Lawn had prepared to say vanished. Her face turned slightly red. Her heartbeat quickened. For some reason, just looking at him now felt different. She tried to speak, but her mind went blank. Here, Su-Yang said calmly, handing her a paper. You left in a hurry yesterday and forgot this. Her prescription. Elder Lawn took it instinctively, still staring at him. Why are you doing this? She suddenly asked. After everything I said to you, you're still helping me. The smile on Su-Yang's face faded slightly. He looked at her calmly. Because I am a man. Both Elder Lawn and Tang, who were stunned. What kind of answer was that? Su-Yang continued quietly. I keep my word. You asked for help, and I agreed. That's enough. Silence. Elder Lawn didn't know how to respond. After a moment, she sighed. That's enough. She turned and walked toward the exit. I will also keep my word. And fulfill the conditions, she said before leaving. After she was gone, Tang, who couldn't hold back anymore. Su-Yang, what exactly is your relationship with Elder Lawn? Su-Yang shrugged. Just a customer. A customer? Tang, who was even more confused. But something told him it was better not to ask further. Not long after, Su-Yang left as well. There was only one place he would go so early in the morning. The training grounds. But this time, he brought something new. A sign. Heavenly massage. Experience 10 minutes of heaven for 10 premium points. The moment people saw it, they burst out laughing. Su-Yang, there's a limit to shamelessness. 10 premium points for a massage. Are you crazy? I wouldn't even try it for free. The entire training ground became noisy. Everyone mocked him, but at the same time, they were curious. If his previous offer had been free for the first 3 people, did that mean someone had actually tried it? Su-Yang didn't react. He simply stood there, waiting. Morning passed. No customers. Eventually, people lost interest and went back to training. Silence returned. Until sunset, a group of 10 disciples appeared at the entrance. And instantly, they caught everyone's attention, because every single one of them was beautiful. Those are from the medicine hall. Right. Did someone get injured? Whispers spread across the training ground. Then, one of them noticed Su-Yang and his sign. The group immediately walked toward him. All eyes followed them. Are you Su-Yang? The leading girl asked. I am. Good. Our master spoke highly of your service. She suggested we come try it ourselves. The crowd froze. Wait, praised? Su-Yang smiled slightly. The more the merrier. Then he added calmly, but before that, there are 3 conditions. We already know them, she replied. But go ahead. First, the session lasts 10 minutes. Second, you must share your experience with 10 people. Third, you can only return after 1 month. The girl nodded. We agree. Then follow me. Su-Yang picked up a sign and walked away. The group followed him without hesitation. And behind them, the entire training ground stood in silence, completely stunned. Chapter 15. Su-Yang. What is going on? Tang Hu's jaw almost dropped when Su-Yang returned with a group of 10 beautiful disciples. He couldn't understand how Su Yang had managed to gather so many people and even bring them here so casually. They are my customers, Su Yang replied calmly. Customers? Again, Tang, who was even more confused now. Just what had Su Yang been doing these past few days? After making some simple preparations, Su Yang invited the girls into his room one by one, while the others waited outside in the living room. As soon as the door closed, the girls began whispering among themselves. Master said he's trustworthy, but I still feel a bit uneasy, one of them admitted. Hey, you're his roommate, right? Tell us about him. Another said, looking at Tang Hu. Well, Tang Hu scratched his head nervously. Even though we live together, we barely talk. But there's something about him. He feels mysterious. I can never understand what he's thinking. A mysterious man, huh? One girl smiled faintly. But there are also a lot of bad rumors about him. Tang Hu hesitated before asking. You're all from Medicine Hall, right? Why are you here? What kind of customers are you? The girls looked at him strangely. You don't know about his massage service? Massage service? Tang Hu's eyes widened. You're all here for that? They nodded. We made a bet with our master, one of them explained. If we can walk out of here without losing our composure after a session, we'll each receive a profoundine pill. Profoundine pill? Tang Hu was shocked. That was an incredibly valuable resource. Your master. Is it Elder Lon? He asked carefully. They nodded again. We don't know why she made this bet. Another girl said, smiling confidently. But it should be easy. For just 10 premium points, we might gain something worth thousands. It's a great deal. They laughed lightly, clearly in high spirits. Just then, the door opened. Su Yang stepped out calmly. Oh, already 10 minutes. Yes. Who's next? He asked casually. What about senior sister Xian? One of them asked. She just needs a moment to rest, Su Yang replied calmly. Her body is adjusting after the session. The girls exchanged confused looks. Is she okay? She's fine, just a bit sensitive after the treatment. All right. Seeing nothing unusual in Su Yang's expression, they didn't question him further. Soon, the second girl entered the room. Inside, she saw Xian sitting on the edge of the bed, breathing heavily, her face flushed. Senior sister Xian? Are you okay? She asked, stepping forward. I'm fine, Xian replied quickly. Just give me a moment. She glanced at Su Yang, her expression complicated. Su Yang simply smiled and gestured calmly. Cool, mate. Let's begin. The girl hesitated for a moment, looking at the room, then slowly sat down. You won't regret it, Xian said quietly, a faint smile on her lips. Encouraged by her, the girl finally relaxed. Then, we begin, Su Yang said. Moments later, the room grew quiet again, filled only with steady breathing and the soft sound of movement. Xian sat in the corner, watching silently. Her eyes widened slightly. The way Su Yang worked was precise, controlled, almost like an artist focused on his craft. He remained calm the entire time, unshaken, as if everything was completely natural to him. So that's how he treated me, she thought. Her expression grew more complicated. Meanwhile, the second girl remained still, fully focused on the process, unaware of anything else around her. Xian looked away slightly, her thoughts in turmoil. The experience, the sensation, the loss of control, it all came back to her, and the more she thought about it, the harder it became to stay calm. Chapter 16. 10 minutes passed in what felt like an instant. Su Yang stopped and stepped away calmly, while you remained on the bed, still trying to regain her senses. Her mind lagged behind, as if she hadn't fully returned to reality yet. Xian, who had been covering her mouth the entire time, slowly lowered her hands, her eyes still wide with shock. At that moment, she realized something. The bet Elder Lon had made with them was impossible to win. But strangely, she didn't feel disappointed, because what she had just experienced was far beyond anything she expected. A few minutes later, the door opened. Who's next? Su Yang asked calmly. The girls outside immediately looked at him. What about you? And Xian? Nothing happened, Xian said as she walked out, her face still slightly flushed. You just need a moment to rest, she added, trying to keep her composure. The others exchanged uneasy looks. Again, I'll go next. One of them stepped forward with determination. Soon, Su Yang and the third girl disappeared into the room. The moment the door closed, Xian suddenly sat down heavily. Senior Sister Xian? I'm fine, she said quickly. Just give me a moment. Then she looked at them seriously. Do you remember the bet mastermaid? They nodded. If we walk out without losing control, we win. She shook her head slowly. Forget the bet. What do you mean? I mean, she already knew we couldn't win. What? The group was stunned. How was that possible? What happened inside? Xian gave a faint smile. I experienced something I can't even explain. And for a moment, I didn't want it to end. Silence. Even Tang, who was completely speechless, inside the room, the next girl walked in and saw you sitting quietly in the corner. You? What are you doing there? Just resting, you said softly, avoiding eye contact. The girl turned to Su Yang. What did you do? My job, he replied calmly. Please, just trust him, you added quietly. There's nothing wrong. I just need a moment. The girl frowned slightly. Fine. Su Yang gestured toward the bed. Let's begin. She hesitated for a second, then lay down. At first, she kept her guard up, but within moments, her expression changed. Her body relaxed involuntarily. A soft sound escaped her lips before she could stop it. You immediately turned her head away, her face burning. So this is what they saw, she thought. Her heart started racing again. She remembered how she had reacted earlier, and suddenly felt extremely embarrassed. I can't face them again. But at the same time, she couldn't stop listening. The atmosphere in the room shifted completely. The girl on the bed lost all focus on her surroundings, completely immersed in the moment. Meanwhile, you sat there conflicted, embarrassed, yet unable to ignore what was happening. I shouldn't be watching, but she didn't look away. Something about it held her attention completely. And deep down, a thought appeared in her mind. I want to experience that again. Chapter 17. Shang stared at Su Yang with burning eyes, holding herself protectively, as if she had just gone through something overwhelming. What? Do you want me to acknowledge you as my daughter? Su Yang said with a light smile. Shang's face instantly turned red. I will remember this, she muttered, her gaze still sharp. I'm sure you will, Su Yang replied calmly, clearly unfazed. You quietly wiped the corner of her lips, her thoughts racing. He made all of us feel something incredible, without even crossing any boundaries. If he went further, would it feel even more intense? She didn't dare finish that thought. Sometime later, you and Shang walked out of the room, both looking exhausted. Senior Sister Shang, are you okay? The others rushed to support them. Master, she tricked us. Shang sighed. That reward, it's impossible to get. The group fell silent. How could something like this be so overwhelming? Next, Su Yang's calm voice echoed. No one moved. If nobody, wait. I'll go next. The youngest stepped forward, determination in her eyes. Very well. They entered the room. 10 minutes later, the door opened again. Junior Sister Ming, she could barely stand, her eyes watery, her body still reacting to what she had experienced. Anyone else? Su Yang asked, his tone unchanged. A chill ran through the group. This was no longer just a bet. It felt like a challenge, as if he was silently saying, try if you can resist. I'll go next. Another step forward, and then another. Each time, 10 minutes passed, and each time, someone came out completely shaken, unable to hide their reaction. The confidence in their eyes slowly faded. The reward no longer mattered. But still, none of them wanted to back down. Pride kept pushing them forward. Soon, only one girl remained. Senior Sister Xiao. It's your turn. She looked at the others in disbelief. But I already have a partner. I can't just... We all do. It's just a normal session. Normal? Xiao snapped. Look at all of you. You can't even stand properly. What kind of normal is this? She glanced at Su Yang and froze. For a moment, he felt untouchable. Calm, confident, almost dangerous. I won't force anyone, Su Yang said calmly. If you don't want it, we're done. Xiao stayed silent. Then slowly, she stepped back. The others looked at her with pity. She had no idea what she was missing. As they prepared to leave, Yu hesitated. Su-young, what is it? If you ever need help, you can come to me. I have connections in the medicine hall. The others froze. How sly. I'm Xian Jinglin. You can come to me too. I'm Jiabi Yu. I can help as well. Suddenly, they all began introducing themselves, competing for his attention. Tang, who stood there completely stunned. Sha couldn't take it anymore and left in silence. The rest slowly calmed down. Before leaving, Su-young reminded them, don't forget your promise. Of course. I'll tell everyone I know. See you next month. He watched them leave with a faint smile. When they were gone, Tang, who collapsed to the floor. What just happened? Su-young chuckled. Get used to it. This is just the beginning. Chapter 18. After the girls from the medicine hall left, Su-young locked himself inside his room. He sat cross-legged on his bed, eyes closed, taking a slow breath. A faint fragrance still lingered in the air, like a field of different flowers mixed together. Traces of energy remained as well, a soft yin aura left behind from earlier. Su-young calmly used that remaining energy to cultivate. It wasn't much, but even a small boost was still useful. Meanwhile, Tang, who opened the door to another visitor. Meng Jia, what's wrong? You look worried, she asked. You should stay away from this place for a while. What? She froze. Did I do something wrong? No, nothing like that. Tang, who quickly corrected himself. It's just, things here are about to get chaotic. Chaotic? What? Su-young, whatever he's doing, it's going to attract trouble sooner or later. He remembered everything that happened earlier that day. If this kept going, Su-young would definitely draw attention from people he shouldn't mess with. Where is he now? In his room. Tang, who hesitated, then added, just, don't get too involved with him. Meng Jia didn't fully understand, but before he could say more, she grabbed his hand. Forget that. Come with me. And just like that, she pulled him away. Su-young stayed inside until sunset. After organizing his room and taking a quick bath, he headed back out. His goal was simple, more customers. Even though he was still far from his target, 10,000 premium points, he was confident he could reach it soon. When he arrived at the training grounds, he stopped. There was a crowd, a large one. At least 30 girls were gathered there, clearly waiting for someone. And the moment he stepped in, there's Su-young. All eyes turned toward him. That's him. Does he really have such incredible skills? I heard if we're not satisfied, senior sister Xian will compensate us. The group approached him, smiling with curiosity. Su-young, one of them said, we're here to test your service. If you fail, you'll have to apologize. Su-young smiled calmly. If even one of you isn't satisfied, I'll take full responsibility. His confidence immediately stunned them. We'll see about that. After agreeing to his conditions, Su-young led them back. Meanwhile, inside the house, Tang, who saw everything from the window, and panicked. How did he bring this many people? He immediately started moving furniture aside, making space. Chairs outside the room, everything organized. Then, he locked himself in his own room. He wasn't ready for whatever chaos was about to happen. At the entrance, Su-young stopped and turned to the group. The space is limited. Only 10 at a time. The rest wait outside. Some are unhappy, but no one argued. When Su-young stepped inside and saw the prepared room, he almost laughed. What a thoughtful guy. Then he turned back to the group. A faint smile appeared on his face. Now, who's first? Chapter 19. Su-young opened the door, and his fifth customer staggered out with a dazed expression, almost like she had just woken up from a dream. The girls outside froze. This is already the fifth one. Is his technique really that insane? Just looking at their expressions. Why does my body feel weird? Who's next? Hurry up. Some were getting impatient. Others were already excited just watching. Those who had already gone and sat inside, unable to move properly, while the rest bombarded them with questions. How was it? It felt unreal, like drifting through the stars. Rate it from 1 to 10. A scale? There's no way to measure something like that. The place quickly turned chaotic. Everyone wanted a turn. An hour passed. Su-young had already treated more than 10 people. But instead of getting shorter, the line got longer. Much longer. He looked outside. At least 30 more people. Where do they come from? The answer is obvious. Word of mouth. I need to adjust things. He stepped out and put up a sign. Su Yang's massage, the only path to heaven. 10 premium points. Satisfied, he went back inside. 24 hours later, the line was still there. After the girls from the medicine hall spread the word, his name exploded across the outer court. At first, people doubted. Then more came, and more, and more. Everyone who entered his room came out looking completely different, relaxed, satisfied, like they had experienced something unforgettable. For the next 2 days, Su Yang barely rested. People kept coming, all kinds, different personalities, different backgrounds, but all with the same goal, to experience it. Even some inner court disciples started hearing about him. Soon, his house looked less like a home and more like a marketplace. Dozens of people gathered outside, chatting, laughing, waiting. By the 4th day, almost everyone in the outer court knew his name. Even the elders started noticing. Su Yang? That infamous disciple. Why is everyone talking about him? My disciples won't stop mentioning him. Mine too. They act completely different after visiting him. Some even lost interest in everything else. Male disciples tried to cause trouble, but none got close. This is getting out of control. The elders were frustrated, but also confused. Should we stop him? That might cause a bigger problem. Let's observe for now. Inside his room, Su Yang looked at his progress. 5,514 premium points. He sighed. At this rate, I'll collapse before reaching my goal. His arms were sore, his fingers numb. His current body couldn't handle this pace. He looked outside. Still, dozens of people waiting. After thinking for a moment, he made a decision. He stepped outside. Due to demand, the price is now 100 premium points. And starting tomorrow, only 25 people per day. The crowd exploded. What? That's insane. We've been waiting for hours. I don't even have that much. People started leaving. Fast. But then someone asked, if the price goes up, does the service improve too? Su Yang nodded calmly. 30 minutes instead of 10. And your energy quality will improve after the session. Silence. That's impossible. Only rare items can do that. Is he serious? Su Yang didn't explain. You'll see for yourselves. Then he added, I'm done for today. Come back tomorrow. And closed the door. Many stood there stunned. Some angry, arrogant. I'm not coming back. Others left quietly. Soon, the place became silent, empty. But inside, Su Yang simply went back to rest, because he knew from now on, things would only get more intense. Chapter 20 news about Su Yang increasing his price from 10 premium points to 100 and limiting his service to 25 people per day spread quickly. Many were unhappy, especially those who missed the chance when it was cheap, or those who thought they could come later. But those who had already experienced it were more than willing to pay the new price. Unfortunately, they were forced to wait an entire month. As for the claim that Su Yang could improve someone's energy quality, most people ignored it. It sounded absurd, impossible, so no one took it seriously. The next day, the long line outside his house was gone, completely empty. Su Yang wasn't surprised. Higher price meant fewer customers, but he didn't mind. He simply waited. By sunset, someone finally arrived. A tall, elegant figure with long black hair. A faint herbal fragrance followed her steps. Su Yang opened the door. Greetings, Elder Lawn. She didn't look happy. After all the effort I made spreading your name, you just ruined it. What are you planning now? Su Yang smiled lightly. If you were tired, you could have just limited customers. Why raise the price 10 times? Don't tell me it's just greed. She crossed her arms. Most outer court disciples can't afford 100 premium points. Su Yang chuckled. Elder Lawn, if someone could improve your energy quality, how much would you pay? She paused. The answer was obvious. A single low-grade pill already costs 3,000 premium points, and I can offer a similar effect. For 100, if that's not a bargain. What is? Elder Lawn froze. You can really improve energy quality? Su Yang nodded calmly. Energy works like the body. If it's properly stimulated, it improves. She frowned. It sounded strange, but she didn't interrupt. And how exactly do you do that? With my hands. You're unbelievable. She rubbed her temples. Do you even realize how dangerous this is? If the sect finds out, you won't see daylight again. She expected fear, but instead, Su Yang smiled. Why are you smiling? I'm serious. The fact that you're not stopping me right now is enough. Elder Lon was caught off guard. A slight blush appeared. I don't treat my disciples like tools, she said quietly. For a moment, her expression softened. Su Yang watched her silently. As I thought, they really are similar. He sighed inwardly. Su Yang, why are you doing all this? She asked. I've been wondering since the beginning. This doesn't match your reputation at all. Why expose something like this? Su Yang answered immediately. 2 reasons. I need premium points to grow stronger. And I want to fix my reputation. Elder Lon blinked. That's it. You're doing all this. Just for that. What are you even trying to buy? The pure yang flower. Her expression changed instantly. The pure yang flower? Do you even know what that is? Even experts would struggle to handle it. You could destroy yourself. Su Yang remained calm. I have my own methods. I just need to get it first. Elder Lon narrowed her eyes. Just how many secrets did he have? If you plan to destroy yourself, at least wait until I'm fully healed. She turned to leave. I'll be back in 2 days. Su Yang smiled. Next time, I'll increase the intensity. Elder Lon froze for a split second. Her face flushed. Memories she wanted to forget surfaced again. Without saying a word, she quickened her pace and disappeared. Chapter 21. After Elder Lon left, Su Yang returned to his room to cultivate. But it didn't last long. Soon, a group of people arrived outside his house. Angry, loud, clearly looking for trouble. Su Yang, come out right now. You've been hiding behind those girls for days, and now you think you can avoid us? Su Yang, I swear I'll deal with you for messing with my girl. Since opening his service, Su Yang had already seen hundreds of girls, and most of them already had partners, even though nothing inappropriate had happened. Their behavior afterward made things worse. No one believed it was just a massage. The door opened. Su Yang stepped out calmly. He looked at the group, completely unfazed. I apologize, he said casually, but I don't serve men. That only made things worse. Who said we're here for that? What did you do to my girl? She doesn't even want to train with me anymore. After meeting you, she said I'm not enough. Su Yang chuckled. So you came here to blame another man for your own shortcomings. And you call yourselves men? Silence. Then, explosion. What did you say? You're asking for trouble. Su Yang shrugged. In this sect, having multiple partners is normal. So why are you all so upset? If your partner chooses someone else, maybe the problem isn't them. Maybe it's you. His words hit hard. Too hard. No one wanted to admit it, especially not to him. In this world, losing your partner to another man was humiliation, and admitting someone else was better. Was even worse. Fight me. Death match. I challenge you. The crowd erupted. It was the only way they could think of to regain their pride. Su Yang looked at them calmly. Other than strength, what are you better at? A bunch of people who can't even keep their own partners. Standing here, making noise. His tone turned colder. When dealing with women, he was calm and refined. But with men like this, he was ruthless. Don't tell me you're afraid. If your skills don't work in battle, they're useless. Su Yang smiled. Fine. 100 premium points. I'll accept your challenge. The crowd froze. What? You want us to pay you? Unbelievable. Su Yang shrugged again. I'm busy. If you want my time, you pay. Just like they did. That was it. The final trigger. Fine. I'll pay. Fight me now. I'll offer more. 200. 250. Su Yang nodded. Deal. Then calmly added, we'll request approval from the sect first. Then we fight. What? Right now. He shook his head. Rules are rules. Without approval, no fight. The crowd exploded again. But Su Yang? Still calm. Because he knew they couldn't touch him. Not without permission. And even if they could, he wasn't worried. With all his experience, he never provoked others without confidence. And right now, he was completely sure of one thing. Even if the entire outer court came at him, he could handle it. Chapter 22. Inside the Morningwood Pagoda, where most of the sect's affairs were handled, Su Yang stood with a group of outer court disciples in front of an old man. Elder Zhou, the one responsible for resolving disputes. Let me get this straight. Elder Zhou said slowly. You, Su Yang, want a death match with Dai Zheng? He frowned. You are at the 3rd level of the elementary realm, and he is at the 5th. Are you foolish? Or just reckless? In this world, fighting someone 2 levels above you was almost impossible, unless you were a genius, or had a powerful weapon. And Su Yang was neither. You are not a genius. You don't have a powerful weapon. And yet, you still want to fight. Are you trying to throw your life away? Before Su Yang could respond, Dai Zheng stepped forward. Elder Zhou, this was his choice. I didn't force him. He accepted it himself. He was clearly afraid Su Yang might back out, but Su Yang remained calm. Smiling slightly, he said, Elder Zhou, if your pride was on the line, would you back down just because your opponent is stronger? The room fell silent. Elder Zhou raised his brows. No, I wouldn't. Su Yang nodded. Then allow me to fight. Elder Zhou went quiet for a moment, then said, This is not a spar. This is a death match. Once it begins, only one of you walks away. Su Yang didn't hesitate. He nodded, then added casually, in that case, why not schedule everyone here to fight me as well? Silence. Complete silence. What did you just say? Elder Zhou asked slowly. You want to fight all of them? Su Yang smiled. Isn't that why they came? The crowd froze. Dai Zheng exploded. Su Yang, how arrogant can you be? You think you'll even survive our fight? You're that confident you'll win? Su Yang looked at him, almost confused. Why else would I fight you? To lose? Are you serious? Su Yang. Dai Zheng stepped forward, but before he could move, Elder Zhou coughed once, and everything stopped. What do you think you are? Elder Zhou said coldly. Dai Zheng froze. This disciple apologizes. He bowed deeply. Elder Zhou sighed. Since you both insist, I will personally oversee this death match. Dai Zheng's face lit up. Thank you, Elder Zhou. Su Yang simply watched. Cold. Calm. He hadn't planned to fight so soon, but he knew if he didn't deal with this now, they would keep coming. Better to end it early. When do you want the match? Elder Zhou asked. As soon as possible. Dai Zheng replied instantly. Elder Zhou nodded. Then, right now, he turned to Su Yang. Disciple Su Yang? Su Yang didn't hesitate. I'm ready, then follow me. Elder Zhou led the way. Moments later, they arrived at the arena. Hey, it's an official death match. Who's fighting? The crowd gathered quickly. That's Dai Zheng. And Su Yang. Didn't he fight just last week? Excitement spread instantly, especially after rumors of his previous victory. On the stage, Elder Zhou spoke. Are you both ready? Ready. Dai Zheng tightened his grip on his sword. Su Yang held a simple steel sword. Borrowed. Nothing special. Then he spoke. Before we begin, let me tell you a story. The entire arena froze. A story? What is he doing? A love story. Between a general and a rogue cultivator. Confusion spread everywhere. This was a death match, not storytelling. Dai Zheng snapped. What are you talking about? Stop wasting time and fight. But Su Yang ignored him. His expression calm, voice steady. In a chaotic era, when war was everywhere, there was a woman, a general, unmatched in beauty, unrivaled with the sword. And just like that, in the middle of a death match, he began his story. Chapter 23. Her beauty was said to be so overwhelming it could shake entire continents, and her talent with the sword was unmatched. Many generals, kings, even emperors tried to win her over, but none succeeded. She was only looking for someone stronger than herself, something almost impossible in that era. Su Yang's calm voice, perfectly paced, slowly silenced the entire arena. Then, there was a young rogue cultivator. He fell in love with her. But he came from nothing, just a common background. In the eyes of kings and emperors, he was nothing more than dust. Someone who could never stand beside her, not even in 10 lifetimes, but even knowing that, he never gave up. He trained his body and his sword relentlessly, hoping one day he could close that impossible distance. Su Yang stopped, then looked at Dai Zheng, his gaze calm, but heavy. What do you think happened to that young man? Dai Zheng sneered. A fool chasing the impossible. What else could happen? Su Yang smiled, then slowly raised his sword. Elder Zhou's eyes widened instantly. What is that? A strange glow surrounded Su Yang's blade. The air itself felt heavier, almost distorted. I've never seen anything like this, the disciples whispered in confusion. But Elder Zhou knew. Impossible. That's sword intent, the pure essence of the sword. Something only achieved through complete mastery. A level even experts struggled to reach. He's only 16. How could this be possible? Elder Zhou couldn't believe it. Even experts at higher realms couldn't produce something like this. Su Yang casually swung his sword, and in that instant, a crushing pressure spread across the arena. Cold, heavy, unavoidable. Even Elder Zhou felt it. Sword intent isn't about power, Su Yang said calmly. It's about understanding. As long as you understand the sword, you can wield it. Then suddenly he looked at Dai Zheng. What's your partner's name? Dai Zheng froze. Cheng Yu. He answered without thinking. Su Yang nodded slightly. Don't worry. I'll make sure she won't be alone. Elder Zhou. We can begin. Dai Zheng's face twisted. Rage exploded inside him. I'll destroy you, Su Yang. He charged forward, reckless. Blinded by anger, Su Yang sighed inwardly. I hoped it wouldn't come to this. But he knew if he showed mercy now, it would only come back later. Wait. Elder Zhou shouted. But it was too late. A single movement. Clean. Silent. The sword traced a perfect arc. Light flashed. And everything ended in an instant. The arena froze. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. Only shock remained. Su Yang stood there calm, unshaken, like nothing had happened. He turned toward the crowd, his voice cold. If you come my door, I won't stop you, but be ready for the consequences. The pressure in the air became suffocating. Some couldn't even stand. At that moment, he didn't look like a student anymore, but like a warrior who had walked through countless battles. Then he spoke again. As for the story, that young man did the impossible. He didn't just win her heart. He surpassed everything those kings and emperors believed. Su Yang walked past Elder Zhou, returned the sword, a decent blade, and without looking back, he left the stage. Chapter 24. After the death match between Su Yang and Dai Zheng, which ended almost instantly, his name once again became the center of attention. Those who witnessed the fight began spreading the story like wildfire. They described Su Yang like a demon, someone who could end a life without hesitation. They spoke about the scene, the clean strike, the overwhelming dominance, and many who heard it felt chills down their spine. Some couldn't even stomach the description, but what truly terrified them wasn't just his strength, it was his words. Cold, sharp, unforgiving, his final warning echoed in their minds. Not just to Dai Zheng, but to everyone. If you come to my door looking for trouble, be ready for the consequences. Those words stayed with them, even in their sleep. Very quickly, the name Su Yang became something people feared. The disciples who had followed Dai Zheng, they all locked themselves inside, too afraid to step outside. Inside the Morningwood Pagoda, the sect elders gathered. The atmosphere was serious, heavy. Elder Zhou finished recounting everything, and silence followed. Sword intent. Are you certain? Elder Zhou sighed. I know how it sounds, but I saw it with my own eyes. If I hadn't, I wouldn't believe it either. The room fell silent again. A 16-year-old, with sword intent, impossible. In this world, there were fewer than 10 true sword masters alive. All of them were legends, experts with over 100 years of experience. And now, a boy, even hearing it, felt unreal. Elder Zhou shook his head. Believe it or not, doesn't matter. You'll see it yourselves sooner or later. With that, he left, leaving the others in silence. Meanwhile, Su Yang returned home, calm, unbothered, as if nothing had happened. He cleaned the blood from his body, then lay on his bed, closed his eyes, and memories surfaced. A battlefield, a woman, the general, her presence, her strength, her warmth. It all felt like yesterday. He stayed still for hours, not sleeping, just remembering his first love, the one who changed his life. By the time he became strong enough to stand beside her, She had already reached her limit. She was mortal. He was not. Time passed. He remained the same. She grew older, until one day. She was gone. Su-Yang stood before her grave. Unchanged, unaging. That was the moment he truly understood. The gap between mortals and immortals. I was too weak back then. I couldn't protect your future. While I kept growing. Alone, his voice echoed in his mind, and after you were gone, I became afraid. Afraid to feel that again. So he left. Left the mortal world behind. Until now, Su-Yang opened his eyes. A faint, bitter smile on his face. And now I'm back here. And there's someone with the same stubborn nature as you. He looked at the ceiling. Fate. Or just a cruel joke. He stood up, walked to the window, and then he saw her, a young woman, approaching his door. Her robes were different. Not the plain white of outer court disciples, but green, elegant, refined, something deeper, something stronger, an inner court disciple. Su-Yang narrowed his eyes slightly. For the first time, he could clearly see the gap. Interesting, he murmured, as he turned and walked toward the door. Chapter 25. Within the profound Blossom sect, disciples were divided into three main groups: outer court, inner court, and core disciples. Anyone could join as an outer court disciple, as long as they met the basic requirements and passed the entrance exam. From there, everything depended on them. They trained, struggled, used every resource they had, and if they became strong enough, they could attempt the inner court trials. Those who passed became inner court disciples, higher status, better techniques, rare resources, opportunities that outer court disciples could only dream of, unlike the outer court, which was seen as expendable. Inner court disciples were valued, invested in, guided, and above all, stood the core disciples, the true pillars of the sect. Their status surpassed even most elders. They weren't just talented, they were monsters, geniuses beyond logic. So when the young woman in green robes appeared, everyone noticed, hey, that's an inner court disciple. Senior. The outer court disciples looked at her with admiration, respect, a bit of awe to them. This was what they wanted to become, and inner court disciples rarely showed themselves here. So her presence alone caused excitement. She smiled, waved gently, and just that was enough to make some of them freeze in place. Hearts racing. I'm looking for someone. Does a disciple named Su-Yang live here? They nodded immediately. Some even pointed. He's right there. Thank you. She walked toward the door. Knocked. A few seconds later, it opened. Su-Yang stepped out. Calm. Unbothered. How may I help you? The young woman smiled. Are you Su-Yang? I am. She looked at him closely, studying him. I've heard a lot about you. Your techniques. Your reputation. A small pause. I wonder if it's all true. Su-Yang didn't react. Then she smiled again. Actually, I believe it is. If it wasn't, people wouldn't be talking so much. She stepped forward slightly. I want to experience it. Your techniques. Su-Yang smiled politely. It would be my pleasure. It will be 100 premium points. But she interrupted him. I just remembered. I spent all my premium points recently. She sighed softly. So, why don't you let me try it this time? For free. Inner court disciple Li Xiao Mo. Will owe you a favor. Su-Yang smiled. Now he understood. I'm sorry. I don't work for free. You can come back when you're ready. Polite, respectful, but firm. Li Xiaomo's expression changed instantly. A frown. Cold. Displeased. Is this how you treat a senior? Do you know how much effort it took me to come here? Her tone sharpened. Or is a favor from someone like me not enough? The atmosphere shifted. One word from me, and the entire inner court turns against you. Think carefully. Su-Yang stayed silent. She smirked, thinking she had won. You may scare outer court disciples, but to me, you're nothing. Serve me properly, and maybe I'll overlook your attitude. Maybe I'll even treat you a little better. Silence. Then Su-Yang closed his eyes, took a slow breath. When he opened them again, something had changed. Very well. Follow me. Li Xiaomo smiled. Satisfied. Good. She murmured softly and stepped inside, unaware that the moment she crossed that door, the atmosphere had already changed.